1, 2, 3.
Assalamu alaikum. Good morning. My name is Michael Stolzfuss. I am an English teacher here at Attarkiah Institute, and I will do a lesson this morning, a conversation lesson. And my lesson will be this story, 2 scoops of ice cream. And I'm taking this story from our textbook that we use in our English program called English in Mind. And this is from Cambridge University Press. A very good textbook and curriculum that we are using here in the English program. Okay, so I have this conversation. It's a conversation between Matt and Bob. And this conversation is at an ice cream shop after school. So first of all, I will read the conversation, and then we will go through and make sure we understand the meaning of all the words and how to pronounce them, or at least the difficult words. And then I will go through one more time, and we will look at some of the expressions that we find in this conversation. And we will make sure we know how to use these expressions in our everyday language. So, 2 scoops of ice cream, a conversation between Matt and Bob at an ice cream shop after school. Okay, we start with Matt. Matt says, "I really like coming here. It's nice after a long day at school." And Bob says, "Yeah, and today was a long day. That class this afternoon with Mr. Jackson, wow." Okay, we go back to Matt. "Didn't you like it?" And Bob says, "It was okay, but I mean, how many classes are we going to have about food and diet and stuff?" "Yeah, I know what you mean. It's important though." Okay, we go to Bob. "Sure, of course it is. But then I look at the desserts on the menu and there's this little voice inside my head. It's saying, 'Bad, bad.' And it sounds like Mr. Jackson." Okay, next we go to Matt. "Yeah, I know that voice. I try not to listen to it, but it isn't easy." Matt says, "No problem. Just order 2 scoops of ice cream with chocolate sauce." "Are you serious?" Okay, and the last one, Matt says, "Absolutely. Look, I know a good diet is important, but you have to enjoy life as well." "That's true, but 2 scoops of ice cream with chocolate sauce, isn't that a little too much?" "Well, yes. That's why I can only do this a couple times a month." "Okay, I'll have the same thing too." Okay, so this is our conversation between Matt and Bob at the ice cream shop. Now let's go through and make sure that we understand the words in this conversation. I just chose a few that I thought might be a bit more difficult and that might be a problem for pronunciation. So I will review these to make sure we understand. Okay, the first one is in the first line, the word really. When I say I really like something, that means it's more than just liking it. Okay, it's a word to add emphasis. Okay, I really like it. I like it a lot. Okay, the next word we want to look at is diet. Okay, this word diet. Diet means choosing only certain foods for health reasons. Okay, so maybe you are too fat. Okay, and you want to lose weight. You want to be more skinny. You will go on a diet. You will only eat certain foods so that you can lose weight. Or maybe you are not healthy. You cannot eat sweet food. So you will go on a diet that does not include sweet food, foods with a lot of sugar, right? Okay, so diet is eating only certain food for maybe for health reasons. Okay, and then the word though. Okay, what does the word though mean? This word is a bit more difficult to describe or to understand. but it's a word that we use to show that something else is also true. Okay, so for example, Matt is agreeing with Bob. He's saying, yeah, I know it was a long day, a lot of maybe boring lessons or whatever. But on the other hand, it's also important. Okay, so it's showing the other side of something, that something else is also true. And again, the pronunciation is though. Okay, so UGH is silent, though. Okay, next, course, of course. The meaning of this expression is for sure. Okay, so, and the correct pronunciation is course. Okay, and then the word desserts, and this is a big problem for some students because we have two words that are very similar. Okay, we have this word that we find in the conversation is dessert. Okay, and then we also have another word very close to that, but this word is desert. Okay, and the meaning of this word is that place where there is only sand and it doesn't rain a lot and not many things grow. Okay, that is a desert. Okay, but this word dessert means sweet things like cake and pie and things like that. Sweet things that we usually eat after the main course of a meal. Okay, so we have dessert and desert, but in our conversation the word is dessert. Okay, and then we have the word listen, and remember the word listen, T is silent. Okay, so the pronunciation is listen, and we also have chocolate sauce. Chocolate sauce. Chocolate, the emphasis is on the first syllable. Okay, C-H-O-C has the emphasis, the stress. Okay, chocolate sauce. Okay, and then the last word, are you serious? Okay, the pronunciation of this word is serious. Serious. Okay, and the last part 5 of the conversation, one more word is couple. A couple times a month. Couple. Okay, the pronunciation will be couple. Okay, and I will explain this phrase a bit more later. Okay, so these are some of the words that you might find more difficult. Now, I would like to especially look at some of the expressions that we find in this story to make sure we know how to use these. Okay, the first one is a long day. A long day. Okay, what does it mean when we say I had a long day or it was a long day? This means maybe today I did something that was very boring or very tiring. I feel bored or tired at the end of the day. So I will say it was a long day. It seemed like it took a long time for the day to finish, right? So it was a long day. Okay, next. Another phrase that we want to talk about is this one, and stuff. And stuff. What does this mean when we say and stuff? The meaning is and things like that. Okay, so he said we were having this class about food and diet and things like that. Okay, things related to that. We say and stuff. Okay? Oh, sorry. This one. I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Okay, what is the meaning of this? Simply, I understand you. Okay, so Bob said something, Matt says, I understand you. I understand what you said. He will say, I know what you mean. Okay, another one. Sorry. Okay, no problem. No problem. Okay, and this one simply means don't worry, it's okay. Right? We use this a lot in English. Very common expression. Okay, next one, absolutely. Absolutely. And this is a word that we use to say yes. Okay, for sure, yes, of course. Another very common expression that we use in English. Okay, The next one, as well. As well. And the meaning of as well is TOO, to. Okay, also, as well. Okay, so we can say to, we can say as well, we can say also. Okay, and the last one, a couple of. A couple of. Okay, a couple of times. How many times is that? It means about two. Okay, couple, actually the meaning of couple is two, but it can be maybe 2 or 3. If we say I do this a couple times a month, it means I do it maybe 2 or 3 times a month. Okay, so we have these 6 expressions, very common expressions. Sorry, 7. 7 phrases that we use a lot in English. We want to make sure that we understand how to use these expressions. So quickly, I will give you one more conversation, and we will use these expressions in that conversation as well. Okay, Paula says, I am really tired, too much work. And Julian, what will he say after that? Okay, so after he hears Paula talk about how tired she is, which one can we use for that first blank? And the answer is number 3. I know what you mean. Okay, I understand. You're feeling tired. Okay, I also did 3 hours of homework last night. French, math, and we want to say other subjects like that, other things, we say and stuff. Okay, so French, math, and stuff. Okay, Paula says, me too. But I watched soccer on TV. What's the correct phrase for that? We will use as well. I watched soccer on TV as well. I also did homework and I also watched soccer on TV. Julian says, really? So you did your homework after the game? How did you stay awake? Okay, Paula says, what did she say? No problem. No problem. I just drank how many cups of coffee? I drank a couple of cups of coffee. Okay, a few, maybe 2 or 3, right? Okay, Julia says, so coffee keeps you awake? And Paula says, absolutely, yes, of course. I didn't go to sleep for hours. I'm really tired today though. Okay, we have the word though again, though on the other hand, right? I didn't go to sleep for hours. I'm really tired today though. Okay, and we did not use a long day. Okay, so we have these expressions, we have the conversation. Again, I will read one more time the conversation, 2 scoops of ice cream that we had from the beginning, and hopefully this time you will understand this conversation better. Okay? Matt says, I really like coming here. It's nice after a long day at school. Bob says, yeah, and today was a long day. That class this afternoon with Mr. Jackson, wow. Didn't you like it? Bob says, it was okay, but I mean, how many classes are we going to have about food and diet and stuff? Matt says, yeah, I know what you mean. It's important though. Sure, of course it is. But then I look at the desserts on the menu and there's this little voice inside my head saying, bad, bad. And it sounds like Mr. Jackson. Yeah, I know that voice. I try not to listen to it, but it isn't easy. No problem. Just order 2 scoops of ice cream with chocolate sauce. Are you serious? Okay, part 5. Absolutely. Look, I know a good diet is important, but you have to enjoy life as well. That's true, but 2 scoops of ice cream with chocolate sauce, isn't that a little too much? Well, yes, that's why I can only do this a couple of times a month. And the last phrase, okay, I'll have the same thing too. Okay, so thank you very much for listening, for watching this lesson on conversation, 2 scoops of ice cream. Again, from English in Mind, Cambridge University Press, a very good book. And thank you. It was good to spend some time with you today. And I look forward to meeting you again. Thank you.